From previous sessions, we know now how to assign addresses to output bit, input bit, and how to use the memory addresses along with the special memory. Also, we know what type of PLC we will be playing with and around. In this session, we will talk about our last required concept before moving to programming. In this session, we will talk about type of PLC, inputs and outputs. Any PLC you will purchase, well, I mean most of them will have this information. The order number, module name and description, as you can see from the table. Order number as of now we will be least bothered about. However, our interested point is this CPU 221 DC/DC/DC 6 inputs/4 outputs is again our least concern here. Our concern over here is about only this DC/DC/DC. Now what is this DC/DC/DC AC/DC/relay? Before moving forward, I just want you to understand why I am going to talk about this AC/DC relay, DC/DC type. It is because if I know this, then I can know what type of power supply I will be playing around and whether my PLC is going to support AC or DC, whether it is capable to handle AC or DC. As an engineer, it becomes very important to me to know these things. Let's take this example. The order number, however, again, this is our least concern here. CPU 221 DC/DC/DC. At below, you can see another table with order number, CPU model, power supply, digital input and digital output. Our concern is power supply, digital inputs and digital outputs. Now this power supply, digital inputs and digital outputs, this corresponds to DC, DC, DC. So when this first is DC you see, it will tell you what type of power supply your PLC requires. The middle DC or middle abbreviation DC, it denotes that the type of input. This means that whether my input is going to take a DC supply or AC supply. Now the third abbreviation DC talks about type of digital output. It will tell me that the output the PLC is going to generate, whether it is able to control AC type or DC type. Now let's jump to our next slide. The PLC we will be playing around is CPU 226 DC/DC/DC. From the previous knowledge, now we know that the first DC or AC tells me what type of power supply I will be playing. The middle DC or this DC tells me the type of digital input I will be playing with. That is again related to power supply. The third DC or relay tells me the type of output or the output power supply I will be playing around with. As per the CPU module, as now we know that there are generally three types: DC, 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 DC relay, AC, DC relay. Now when it is of type DC, it simply means that it is the type of power supply which is needed for my CPU. If it is DC, it is going to require a 24 volts DC. If it says AC, it is going to require a 120 volts or 240 volts AC supply. Now again, it depends in the area where you are trying to play around. If it is in India, it's 50 Hz. it will vary in between 220 to 240. If it's in foreign countries where 60 Hz is applied, there it will be around 110 to 120. For digital inputs, generally or most of the time, it is going to handle the DC type of supply. For digital outputs, it changes. It may be either DC type of or AC type. How I will know that it is of AC type? Now if it is simply written DC, it means that it is going to handle a 24 volts DC supply. But if it has written relay, then it may handle a DC supply, or it may handle 120 volts to 240 volts AC, because it's a relay type. So what generally happens is the PLC output will excite a relay which is embedded in the PLC output. Now that relay is going to control my output. The controlling output, that I have the liberty to choose either DC or AC. Now with this information, now I know if I am going to wire my PLC, if I am going to do hardwire for inputs and outputs, what type of supply I will be using for it. For our PLC, it is of type DC, DC, DC. So now we know what type of input I have to give to energize the controller, and what type of input supply it is going to entertain, and what type of output supply it is going to handle. With this, we have completed all the prerequisites mentioned in the first tutorial of prerequisites which are required for us to start playing around with PLC. Before moving forward, I sincerely want to advise you all that start reading the manuals, because the manuals will usually have most of the information. However, all the information we cannot take from the manual, because few informations, or you can say 30% of the other information, we can get by practical exposure or from a person who has already played around with these things. That is why, again, before we move further, I advise you all to go through all the prerequisites I have mentioned in last 4 sessions and try to remember the concepts, as mostly we will be using these concepts to program our PLC. So with this, I conclude this session. Thank you everyone for joining and watching Quench Curiosity. My name is Hari and will be seeing you for the next topic.